0243 0246 2043 for delivery bia MJ for be show no my kama na aboama bibia konkan anopai GBH hair relaxer obabi ahia bi woni fie GBH hair relaxer ebe boama wo ma ye na CPS empempi wo be hu obabi na nanimu nyina tutu ni tiri na tutu saa asesebe anoma nsu abo no sakokwa nsu abo no eba sa enhye nkran oba de yenye hu wa ma woni monyam ye ochinwi no enkasa ma wo ochinwi nta bubu wo kwatwe wunwi na esanse wo scalp no ne yemre nti na cream no ama wanya kuro wo uti ase GBH relaxer entesa bomodin na pebi na wo betumi anya bi wo beauty shops nyina shops ahodo salons ahodo supermarkets ahodo wo benya bi mesrawo ma uchinwi nya hana enya shen na enimonyam bre memunya du kama na enkasa ma wo GBH relaxer de odi twi wunwi no a obi hu ko obeka se waist straightening na so sa na cream no na juma ye ACT Fre Equia Broni wo 0244 272829 so 0244 272829 afei biomo so ene anopei no sonto 1 catering ton safrel sonto 1 say wo pe plantain chips wo pe pastries bia bronya yimu wo pe starter bia bronya yimu wo pe froye bia wo pe nkwan bia wo pe aduane bia say ye for program say ye for fie na ode be serve ahwoho sonto 1 catering wo hodema ne sonto 1 e kan say delivery available na wo bo sonto 1 catering for punu mu a wo mo be ma wo niema emuso ede sonto 1 katie sei wo kan wa no hwa be hu so se ne na wo wi ni nyina wo yanomfo no enye guy ye niema nyina ye kama enti bronya bosomi wo fa order ebre sonto 1 na onje bre na wonya ne kama ma wo ya discount ne kama packaging so ye kama emusuo so ye de kama afei biom no sonto 1 eatery and bakes so wo ho e de ma wo se wonu ane se ye local and continental dishes nyina no wo mo behwe na wo mo deliver bi di ama wo enti eni etra kwan fa order bre yen sisi abronya boso mu cake awodo donut plantain chips fried chips chinchin ya atomo cookies ye biscuit papa bi anything pastry anything drink anything food for sonto 1 was 0243 608907 0243 608907 fa order no ebe so sonto 1 catering for hwe na di nwa dance ye cha for ene ye yare ase betumi eto ye time herbal mixture na bebo aye malaria yare be fie so ye time herbal mixture ye num ato ne ye betumi edidi ye na ho mre fie so a time herbal mixture time herbal capsules time herbal mixture time herbal capsules e treat rashes a e wo private parts ahodo wo a wo jonso a wote ya wona jonso no so wo bransa na ba immune system ni benya hoden wa pomoden ho sembe kwa nanim na low performance during intercourse so ase etumi atu a wo hia time herbal capsules time herbal mixture o manom ememanom nonom bi na emu abronya bosumi na yi usisi mama nyina na yama umo apiafo wo borrow herbal pharmacy shops licensed chemical shops a wo benya time herbal capsules time herbal mixture na watu tobia no for 0244 417669 0244 417669 na ke wa bedwafo mienu anopai anka ye ni omo ebedi nkomo NPP communication team member na fei NDC communication team member ye wi a ye beti asi illegal mining na ye demu nkomo from 9 was 4 one asoye ye but anopai no ye gusu ahwe kwan se NDC ni no beba be kan ye sa bado ma ye no ma ye mfa Ibrahim Onhyase dodo na frɛ no Amasaman Broni wo ye NPP communication team member Ibrahim Kamaldin ana Kamaldin Kamal salam alaikum na no poi ho te say
boko no say
erade adom boko baby a free boko na dey say ja wo fa ho di cho
oh yeah mission an say no
oh so ma wani echi order e be fa o
easy
right so bibia boko there
oh boko
okay my yentin see yen komobo mo my yen sase free utility tariff and the energy ministry my yes so mo back PLC for utility tariff increase no mo dey back from January I be shas here just water 15.9%, electricity 9.8%. Aye nyina yenim say in this 2025 nakasa omo to be mo May omo to July October. What is your take on this?
First and foremost, Mechia Amasama constituency 4. Any or phone what phone na me initial concern say this is a government or promises say oba obe make sure say ono be obe reset bibia na so obe reset bibia na say status quo na we maintain it there obi be say reset agenda no as a Chinese saying na PURC sometimes we share reasons at PURC Emma every quarter be some be increase at you say omunya akofo omu previous one no ma edit date ni keke no mu the same reasons aba but government susu ama Ghanaians atia say economy ni ukoyie ato is forcing all indicators are looking positive. Now, say all indicators are positive. Then the question arises: say, I don't think I'm utilities more. But you see, say I know you to me no. Every Ghanaians to me now more rather. So I don't expect anything better from them. Now say okay, how many TUC4 labor unions economic agreement? Yeah. They promise them 9%. On bet me atu aketuyemu. While some presidential staffers, they are over 40% salary increase. Now, we come at 9% because government say that is in the limits. Economy aye and so government ain't me labor unions seek for an more demand, but that is okay. Udimo endure 2 weeks. Only for you, the government, now as I make you and other increase utility bills. And then I'm to use it for a resist to say I buy and withdraw our way there, they will be forced to go on strike. And they will say I buy some back, no more renegotiation. Because you cannot rob Peter only to go and pay Paul. Because your friends say I buy way Ediomuno.
But Ibrahim, what pain? Sir Bebrena de Sovo about the previous MPP administration. IMF na yedi and Sakwashas, you know, conditionality no na ekahubi. It's not do na attributed to eno. But way the buy na no omanfa omo state here no as reason ti omo de two mo oni am for be ya adwensa
na is it not surprise any serious say aban oba within a year the infant say year ni o see bibia e positive bia ono no o start here but say negative just see infant come previous government you can say a lot of the successes economy and the same IMF project say from 2025 the best starting who positive impact. NDC communicator by NDC person ben obeka chance a positive way. Some of the in previous government in the Shakwema obejatum. So they should deal with it. Governance, no, it comes with both the positives and the negatives. And it's a own heritage from the previous government. Say a positive, not so person Ghanaians who say we are almost 1 year down the line, you cannot go back attributing your failures now to the previous government. But you see, I keep saying from next year, just next month, starting next year. Some of these wobbling excuses are more. I don't even think presenters move to how come suddenly we see emphasis blame the IMF catch us a projection say be positive impact of the economy no. And the MPP can say enyom na ya who finance minister in aban no and edi hihye pa atu akwemu who resource are you. So the same thing, if there are negatives you should deal with it. Don't come and blame the previous government. That is a lame excuse which mean Jintum. They should just tell Ghanaians and now they should the mandate Ghanaians they should wake up 1 year near there's nothing to show for. Last me can't say on show one concrete project on my on to me bobako. Nyomaya nilani so mu di 1 year kasasa. We say Ombekacho say there was single digit inflation. Your friends say see the new stabilizer now again strength against the dollar. Uyi sanyama we everywhere. Besides this, in Libya, say then be no more within 12 months. Oh yes, single digit inflation is there for all of us to see. And I mean to me better na say enyesa. And then when you look at the rate, even though government no cry rate the last time me per dollar I had to go to Mamobi to go and change. Me ko change and then me ko buy rate edit share your friends about you no sere me. O ma me ti as say no ya buy rate say me pay me ko banks. Banks no be bre me chin and me nya dollar no. So I had to fall on the Mamobi black market no. To buy. So that is a reality. we are confronted with. So and the America say yes, these are indicators a favor government. Other than that, what again? 12 months, nothing, no single project, nothing. Yamo to me for 4 years. Would 1 year akasasa 1 year na ekwe still a ban negative. I'll see uncle blaming Nanado. Say Nanado Ghanaian see MPP nya the entity to abatia. Who now so bet me abe reset bibia. Reset it. 12 months is enough time in governance. And I mean sister, 12 months is enough time in governance. So they shouldn't be giving this excuse. Government were now to utilities more. NDC government. Just as previously, Lomokache Ghanaian said, Sami Jemfimusi ye insensitive government. Ye increase utilities. Ghanaians. You cannot increase utilities. No one can say minko blame me. Nanada oti ni pension, oti fear ordering no. Osi minko blame me no. And the sa argument no munjai kana enjai tie. Enti the American no say me no munya adwin. Right.
My uncle or my Ghana mra shebe dwefi enra the majority and the minority na nya sem keto says se ano pandai seat no omo declare no vacant speaker crabo reference electoral commission amane but the kai say speaker mayeti ase say na Kenya ade e wo so omo declare no vacant and asese akwa basa na minority ne ye ne no omo da na di wo omo Ghana mra shebe dwefi no ne omo be ya adwin omo anko to the extreme.
You see, the only consistent thing about this NDC government is inconsistency. And no are consistent. The same speaker also may declare seat vacant. What's not true? SCN declare seat vacant. But before I call near AC or parliament, the question is, how did we get here? Then I maybe drew her. Honorable Nindam, akwa election ko winning the elections. By 3,724 we win. Only for the NDC government, NDC parliamentary candidate to go and petition. Say election no. There were some nyama be ACC until on dream no. Ofili say election no high court and judging share na yan set aside side decision no. Reasons be or the core you know. This is that I want us to look at this. This is PNDC law 2284. Usha section 18. Time section 18 is a time for presentation of petition. 1 or see an election petition shall be presented within 21 days after the date of the publication in the Gazette of the result of the election to which it relates. 2 or see the presentation of an election petition under subsection 1 shall not be valid unless within the time specified in subsection 1, which is the 21 days. Now 3 see the time limit provided by the session for the presentation of an election petition shall not be extended. Say election na year 2024 Mr. They gazetted that election on the 27th of December 2024. NDC candidate so a petition year 25th January 2025. Who calculate it goes beyond the 21 days. So even the High Court crana and what's over in a case no. And Kaisa section 3 now me kaima ono or see that time limit provided by this session for the presentation of an election petition shall not be extended. It means enya dia yebema akwenya na ya twimo. So the NDC candidate already fell off the timeline and electoral commission. So anka odi drew court crown it was a high court no crown emboss asem no. How be it no court no eji asem no etumu inti yanko no. Now the reasons be so on my say election na ye no not only ho. Ye declare results no only ho na the agents any ho. Meanwhile the electoral laws so say rule 48(2 say only ho and now candidate any ho. It doesn't invalidate any election because everyone is idea here two abanata me feel say me lose. All I'll do is to call my agents or not to present agents. Ye two we are not my chair say election when win because na me agents any ho. And I mean Ankasania declare results na me ni ho. But another question I was say Yembisani say Ebani say na every constituency ye declare results no coalition centers within the constituency. But when the idea no there ye call tamale. Ye call tamale because the candidate NDC candidate no supporters and I didn't to trust them. Share election friends and presiding officers no be declare results no. So they were compelled. Electoral commission will say no situation any safe or say yam from call your regional office and omudi call ye. Now say ye dia ko na ya declare which according to Nukra no o youth organizer e represent you e wo ho. Na high court abeso sa asem we ana ajatum say when there's a Supreme Court ruling who kind atukuba e ka kire after 2013 then oga kire say elections are won at the polling stations. And I yes sir. If elections are won at the polling station, that's a bia. The place for you is to fight to challenge the results. Say no, this results no mean too. 1 year in now, what 21 days are elapsed. And I would assembly court. But you see, this judgment, what this judgment seeks to do, a simple say, is just rewarding Tagri. Says, so feel it's a lose election. Pemrantie no munkoyen to trust him, omunkoyen to trust him na asem no court no be call off the whole election. But so uhwe electoral rules so what happens is that say election results now o challenge no if sa results no any impact say ye di nyina kra ema wa enye nsunsuaso bia e wo election no it does not invalidate election no yentimi call election no. So a star witness for the candidate in court on a petition for 41 polling stations, just 41. But the court ended up giving the petitioner more than what he called for. And a petition here. Now, I see 500 according to the star witness, I see 500 votes. And now we have 41 polling stations near Kanyin Nabo my 500. Near honorable Indam so Matthew Indam Eddie Winnie 3,724. Enti ye tam 700 nukra ewo 3,000 nusukra edika NDC candidate nukra say honorable Martin Indam 41 polling stations when you need na zero mpa still that there's 3,000 marginal or they win the election. So all angles are ubi someone say on what basis ena high court no e catch say yensanko enko have a rerun. The only thing is that the NDC is trying to use its powers. So once the Mabu boss some of the constituencies still are hanging up. Omo decided say they want to use the state powers at their disposal. No more they omo they just seats nibi every MPP in same. And that is what the minority is saying. Said they will resist that with all the might omo. And I stand with the majority. And then as we hear a national organizer press conference I think NDC is beginning to take us for granted, say because there were issues within the party. Our internal primary so ama ya distracted kakrano they feel say the NDC the MPP party egu. But I want to remind them say military dictator in the person of Rawlings or transition into Democrat MPP yet trust stolen verdict at 92 yanko parliament outside parliament we were able to match him 96 we were able to match him. So NDC and the democratic dispensation cannot say MPP go and therefore they will have a free run. In fact, I'll keep stressing say what 10 members of parliament we can stand the 180 plus MPs of NDC, and you can clearly see it in parliament. Say to even get numbers to rally their members to come to parliament. If with their numbers, there are certain times who share parliament. Who be someone who say NDC MPs over 180 It's the minority that is holding the parliament. And that is when we born minority leader about to say we should stand our grounds and make sure say the NDC will not take advantage of the situation and then bully us to take some or snatch some of this. Because election na yakono democratic elections na yako and dictatorial elections whereby who feel say because you have majority and now you have the goodwill. In fact, Ghanaians should even begin to be worried say omudi to me ashe NDC Sem 1 year on, they are getting themselves distracted instead of say omube buma Nyema starting ko ye nkola na omakotra BEC over 200,000 future ye ni baby a ekosi. They are not focusing on those things because is that or might be say your might be 200,000 of your youth omu future it's at stake. And for who parliament and for seat who more than 2/3. I know now we are interested in. So you'll be cry. You even want things to calm down so that you can sit and analyze report going forward. Because say on account less than 3 years. Because election year they mostly know. Actively you have 2 years. 2 years you see, Ghana should have even known President Mama from the first term, because this is the person under the first presidency. You were unemployed graduate youth. Currently, I believe so. Kind of social media, we say I started another group of unemployed nurses and teachers. Almost started forming association. And in the first time, what did he tell them? He told them, so I'm a magician to offer them job. How do you then believe in somebody who comes to tell you, say, you create 24-hour economy? Suddenly, any point on magician, whatever promise you 1 job, 3 shifts, not wage ready. So we are calling on the government, say, it is getting itself distracted. Yeah, as opposition, yeah, because they are getting themselves distracted into a year there.
Okay.
But pa say yes, you bet now. No, almost snatch seats in every and same there, and it ain't see. And yesterday, the national organizer has served that warning. If they want us to govern this country peacefully, we'll help them govern it peacefully through democratic or every lawful means. But some person omun fa kwoti kwan bi so no omun be side step emra yen na be TS street no, and we don't want
TS street my then.
Oh, but the best way to in a democratic dispensation is to demonstrate. Who demonstrate and now show displeasure.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's within the democratic right. Yeah, wouldn't say MPP we are law abiding party. Young ko bibia and I will never call on any unlawful means because the ACC or other countries, you know, and yeah, papa. Because Kasama betina America, I don't think under dictatorship many as no abe views freely akwada. So democracy ni negatives ni no, but at least and yeah better craft change military regimes. So right. All that I'll say is what is happening. A tip of the iceberg. Oh, the greatest is behind. Who there says they say you're changing gear. The MPP party is changing its gear, and I can tell you for sure. Says a 31st January presidential primaries. Now you see how united the MPP is. Right.
They didn't MPP party. As it was say aftermath no of Mwabato no. Oh
yes.
Unity betumi.
Oh yes.
And then that's right.
Oh, say Ushe MPP from 92 Ediba, Edubwa anytime Ediba. Election bia definitely you have some of these challenges we be candidate, and sometimes and yet the main contenders like Dr. Bamia, Honorable Kennedy ni Brian Champon, they are not the problem. Yeah, supporters mostly yeah problems. Sometimes we social media now read some of the comments be. And you're very, very disgusting. Say MPP nipa. Before me rest studio Akrano, I had to comment on one of my polling station chairman. They say, "Oh, abroach." Comment be our better. And I'm used to say, "Who a polling station chairman? What me have try there on social media?" Because nyamani bi wo ha, ye wo politics and ye wo personal attacks are ebinum area. Enuna ye stress on beja because sometimes after this all said and done, ye be here kabuba. Assembly wo how bet me catch through obino. A bed in Saudi Nippon very reconcile. You may be smiling at each other, but genuinely no, you won't get the person. Yeah, and Tiahona na me bana o can say unity asema okay. We are sure say impono wana air contending. Pe omo sembi omo kan ekuti abona ade no. Ne wuken ya genuinely. Nipa ne betumi ne wo you know akasa na ade but na kuma mo ne de wafa ne ho adwenada. So you see, that is why in the wisdom of National Council, omo jitum say ade no yen in term. So that there will be enough time to heal.
Okay.
What I say. But
so enough time to heal the
say near to ye. And this is the Crabbe West. I started Baba. Where the national chairman who chief of staff or Faha. No we suffer. We see who ye health work there. Me thank you to. Baba.
Oh, send it na oh sign you be na.
Oh, but you should know that yeah, we are not in government. Ghanaians are not giving us the taxes, you understand? And here, sorry, now we are even distracted a bit and affecting amemo. Unlike say, chief of staff who is getting himself distracted every weekend or health work. Yeah, him health work na agenda. National chairman, so thank you to all choir. The national executive. Oh, but say, say national chairman so or person be the president and chief of staff so it was ambition. But in mimic chrome cast and the wakasa we say if you see a dog who crama and what's will be catch or say about wait me journey, you can clearly see by the way it moves. So that is what it is. by now, as do you need to be told, say national chairman? Okay. So we will just continue to plead with our supporters. But you see, the time sometimes me hear what they are say immediate out to me before. I say election numpo unye then unye. But the time I want pending for a reconciliation now man for new case. At least within a year and a half there, it will be enough. One person you come down because ye leader. That is the focus now. Say and one say nyama bi wo ha ye kra Udi vice president kra former vice president kra Edibetusu kra. Other people are saying so oh yeah man undue advantage, and sometimes the party is forced to comply with. But yes our primary see area nyo obedi ye nim bia enu na ye leader of the party. Enti wa obekwa akwa gina baby sesi a u denigrate nipa na u didi na tem no de sesi a party no na u didi party na tem, because democracy no se umpe nipa no kra do one see we na yepe, you are forced to go with the person. President John Mahama, even though when over 1 million votes are already winning here, about 1.7 million vote difference are already winning here. But Ghana be an etumano. But it doesn't mean say on your Ghana president, right? Former president Amos had over 10,000 votes or the year president. So once the majority say wuna ye do kono ye ni any option bia ye be so your party ni na say ye see ene ana ochina we na ye flag bearer nyama bi won timi control on Facebook and on social media won timi betena radio and TV so enkeka e ba ne say it means party na ogu party no fi. And the general secretary maintain interview several times so say after 31st no certain things are there party ni engine tum because ene say you be suspend you obi a obeka say oh because of me we support anti what I say ene ye me sa ana because of me supporter being na am for bet twist ni ama no we beka say let this person be this, let this person be this, but kasa ni be aye kan ordinarily ye kan ye de go ye ho fi no opposition opponents at the NDC and other parties keep
Ntina Bronya yente ngam.
Oh, sa Bronya.
Disciplinary committee at once after no. E dey be na see.
Oh no, I don't know. I've not followed. So once say anya man within the national level. Can me constituency level that can be.
Oh, but say we MPP need here.
Oh, say
bia it could be say wunim na che na person e beche.
Oh,
and also ho.
Say enu dey so we call disciplinary committee. I say decision nim ba out. I mean hu and to say decision and a decision no ba out. I know say that your friend now about public domain mun nyina mo hu ye no decision no ba out mo be hu we yent me suspend obi a Ghana phone hu say ya suspend
but one ka say mun hwan yachi na odi
obi me di Dr. Bamiachi.
Okay,
yeah, I believe say onu no ye the best person ye di no kwa ebeboa.
Reason ye dan
my reason is that we share in terms of election so who call elections minister na ye bi say kama only why na ekwa election no it means we opponent no po yenim no ana but say okwa election no bi hu na ka say ha kama agina yo na opponent no is strong na me kwa akosi marketability. Dr. Bamia uboni din every village, every corner in this country. In fact, there is a video cry now circulated some time ago. You be say school kola be say even though na you free abemo say why na vice president of Ghana omubo Dr. Bamia din because of the impact of the vice presidency role no ye nyina yehu the gap wa creator ma your current vice president wanga san ye bisa say then or by within 1 year or Mrs. Awontiminka who bisa say when la your vice president or hin chese unnim ne itinerary unnim ne ekoso enye onu o eye ne free ho eje akonja no ma no the bar no wa raise no eye din say obetimi a match up and yesa ba no make marketability. He is the most prepared. They can most prepared. Oh, shit, since 2008, Dr. Bamia with the vice president. Vice president is just next to the president. So a bunny governance where maybe I mistakes are wapa Ghanaians for actual and wakache say he won't repeat that mistake. And that is why I believe say you decide to me no Emmanuel. And when you are going to an election, you need a formidable candidate to present. If candidate I would call your opponent is telling you say no here and say Munya yi ni ba omo de makoto pen drive downloading the videos in the speeches they are to as ni campaign
but the next Dr. Bawumia betumi awene looking at say wa be vice president paying
na yɛnim sɛ ɔyɛ economic messiah ɛntumi amfa ɛyi ɔde kii nyinaa akɔ akɔma IGP na adeɛ baabi a ɔde n'ani kyerɛ no on digitalization deɛ amanfoɔ bɔ n'aba so wɔ ho but in terms of economy no bebree na aka sɛ wɔntumi amoa mɔmɔ manage ne yie ɛdeɛ ne wo nyina so nti a wosusu sɛ 31st January 2026 Dr. Baumia ebetumi abetu frank amen.
This is a your chrome ha for the first time sitting president Elusu Aba ono our final decision making authority ono kra Elusu Aba na when your vice president aye nyina ye nim Ghana constitution vice president ni role ya ni role ni na say ni boss that is the president be assign no eno na obeye ana me boa but Dr. Baumia I'm be armchair vice president he made sure say he became very very innovative now so ubisa say then ma say you present Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia obetimi win means say ene say sanko election ene NDC will not get the percentage they got. Let me tell you why. Teachers and nurses are no di omuichi. They are home. The president promised them say obey automatic postings of teachers. Why? A lot of them are home. A lot of them have not been paid. Those who have been paid could have been paid 1 month. Omako picket to a Ministry of Education. You think they'll vote for the government? Galam say then Oman can't chill. Omaka say Galam says we should declare state of emergency. Omaka say that should be the last resort. You think Ghanaians will not weigh this?
Right.
So when it comes to Omo promising you to say Omoba, they will give them job. 1 job, 3 shifts, 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy. Now the appointee as coordinator and also here 4 billion to implement it. Out of 4 billion, I hear that command woman $10 million. 10 million, which is not even up to 1 billion. But who this 292 million to sanitary parts? Who guys are Ghanaian youth now no on dream. And we share online, and I believe Kasapa be online. Musumudi atusu. Buying within 12 months, what $10 billion they are injecting into the forest market just to make sure say sidinu be gain stability. Not because of say omudi policy be abo or time your dollars no their question. That 10 billion, uyi 4 billion woman, and their question 24-hour economy na ma afa nkrofo ejuma. People are home. So there are a lot of promise. Zongo community for NDC, Kosha Omo policy Omo here on Zongo. There's what we call Soyaya Fund. What is our Soyaya Fund? They've not implemented it. If they've not implemented it, you think when you go for an election, they will listen to you. The women's banking now also set up. 1 year is gone. Unim site almost women's banking. Unim. So there are a lot of things and utility. And you know more increase. Oma fanya campaign. Sami Jenfi betina UTV so 24-hour economy no there will be a meter that will be calibrated. Then chese onanga so all kasa numpo host nigga lawyer. Me that to me Facebook page so. Nyama omo kan ye oba ye nyina wakasa. Presidential jet then omo anka. Omo see presidential jet was in pristine condition and it's in pristine condition. Omo buy say omo atam $60 million koto fufro. You think your election Ghanaians will not weigh all this? Within 1 year, Ghanaians will say, "Nyama muka enina mu ye different thing."
Okay.
And licensure exams or share teachers, but at the campaign, the then government say about cancel licensure exams. Some of the teachers are still preparing to go and write it. Because when you go for an election, they won't weigh all this. And Nyama now would criticize the previous government, you know. Omo be who say omo di 2 million no. Oh yeah, be fufro. And then I'm saying president on the normal speeches. Then a president higher within this 12 months.
And to say Obua in the fight against illegal mining, we fail it. Obua homo then.
Then from the president here, NDC government iba ya omo ya na previous government in there. I just want one new thing now here in Galamsey fighter. Previous government blue water guard. Na ya river gas wo ho. Ankwesiaga. Na operation Galam stop. You were operation Vanguard operation then Galamsey stop here. And stop it. It's the same thing no more here. Yes, she's excavator, she a national women's excavator. Galamsey stop here. And stop it. So if you are repeating the same things of the previous government, who will condemn me, you know. You can't convince me. Almost your mobile use AI, they are fighting Galamsey. Have they started using the AI? These are the questions you should be asking them. Also, Oba, there will be ban on all forms of small scale mining. Why? On yeah. So what new are you doing? Not former president Anado Enya. That is what you should tell us. not because 9 months akwashi excavator me were pictures in video met me at show near MPP government yeah it didn't stop Galamsey. In fact in their first government
Galamsey who say problem near them
problem omudi politics and no hand to almost say because me I won't come and sit here and say when it comes to Galamsey me politics one of the things are On Kasapa 50 to 60% reason that am I lose here Professor Jampo Eddie packed HAC Nanado former vice president Baumia according to Miracles 12 a.m. because Professor Jampo threatened say one sign here the next day obeko on air our case Dr. Baumia for Galamsey so or sign here when him said before election no there was a pact the presidential candidates a sign here on Galamsey. Do you know part of the pact what it says or see no communicator of the government in Yobe winning election no none of their communicators will come and sit and support the make any comment that suggests say almost supporting Galamsey fight and this is for on your program don't they come and find excuses why the Galamsey is still continuing omo accuse Nanado say ejapade ni sa oni nebusu afo na Galamsey Nanado ni almost a year Galamsey na ejai now they are accusing your national officers some of your MMDCs and your MPs to be neck deep in the Galamsey. Meanwhile, we will see Uba, make sure say none of your appointees will get involved in Galamsey. And so you've not sacked any. So Ubi Sami in the Galamsey fight, me I keep saying it every West. Me Kobia say Galamsey fight, then me I'll politicize it. As long as NDC politicize it, nanko also yentina na yenhwe ade no holistically say who politicize that idea where emboa for the first time under their government. Foreign nationals simple na Galamsey. Any citizens so Burkinabes, Ivorians, and other national Chinese, those they are neck deep in the Galamsey. How come government are who campaign here on Galamsey? Ubebe and Galamsey is even according to your friends Erastus. When you say Erastus, Donko, one of the journalists about the Galamsey fighting now. Medimaka he's number one when it comes to it. Mm-hmm. The word he uses, Euyusuma government when he say Galamsey has become worse. It's not getting better, has become worse. Now they are getting worse. How do I come and sit here and say government in airborne humor? At least we should have been seeing improvement. So if the previous government in Enyashi and a Wubai, 12 months down the line, where are the CSOs? Less than 2 weeks to elections, next CSOs were ready to go on strike. The government had to beg them. CSOs know what has said that all of a sudden. One of the groups I praise them because someone maintain omu position. The Catholic bishop, your friends, omu bishop conference or so. Omu de omu maintain omu position. Say Galamsey, the president should declare state of emergency, but the president doesn't want to declare because him so a lot of the people now who will be affected now no. There's this constituency chairman, I'm saying Akwiti also. Or confronting police, soldiers say. Omo Ubani constituency, they didn't inform him before coming. They should have informed him before coming. How can you win Galamsey fight with such posturing? Say a man for under Nanado, police for cry side cry, not Omujani. Say they confront the military people. Now say I want who see what your friend is Shidiem being. Police military men no. They had and the police for no never boa Anka by now, asama yebetino anka nya nsempa. And Nanado, did you hear something like that? Say you're confronting military men, Galamsey. When they see them, they run. But they've been emboldened because some Philly says, as I say, a lot of the sponsorship on Munya, Galamsey has to be a boamu. He said it openly. So how do you go and fight people who supported your campaign? So President didn't name the reason why he doesn't want to declare state of emergency.
Okay. Come on with my final comment.
So, my final comment, Ninani say, the MPP should not sit down for us to lose this Pandai seat because NDC Philly said they have state powers. And this is a clarion call. Say, Assembly was Supreme Court, your petition Supreme Court in appeals court. And we only plead with the judiciary, say, they should try as much as possible so we call into issue with because say your massa ruling way stand there what it means ni say you reward violence and thuggery or china say me call election na me feel say enko ya me the tax beko na ya say nyema ye say nyema ni ewia na ye de akọ court na ye bi a court no akọ favor me. We know some of these people are beginning to be intimidated because the style NDC party na a revolutionary party no. So we a judge now share abakosema ema ubohu kakra because of omun history no. So we just plead say they shouldn't let this ruling stand so that our democracy no you be entrench our democracy so that will be a elections obehu say no Tagri is not the best way out. Ma ruling no I hope so who video near see Wakandai. Honorable Yindam, sitting member of parliament in the billboards, you know, almost saying the billboards. Meanwhile, there's a law that says, "Who deface will be post a crime into IGP wahi." Nancy, and no also, what he say, I say one American, be say, ya robono, ya kidnapping, the police has issued a letter say, "Omo investigate." Yes, there are certain crimes that police you don't need anybody to complain to. You can just move in and arrest the perpetrators.
Okay. Ibrahim Aminasi na no pay Kamaldin Ibrahim na no pay ne no abon komo no dodo na friend na masaman broni we yakoko ni na omofo broni no oni broni right MPP communication team member naka Kofi NDC but why late enti no yeah ye de komo no besi ya but ye bedi komo foforo ye boawura illegal mining na fe ya hwe abaya na mo a wetu abepem sese na yaje wadwenche afa ho ma yentwa ye ho sema bi ne emra